No?
What? About
Not Mr. Robert Downey.
well, I am very concerned. Well, we just had to talk about Jonathan Majors and how wrong they got Kang, and probably one of the reasons they dropped it was because they were getting it all wrong and screwing it up. And it makes me very concerned about how Robert Downey is going to play Doctor Doom. I mean, because yeah, he was a definitive Tony Stark, yeah, but
Yeah.
he doesn't scream Victor Von Doom at me.
No.
And if he's going to be some just smart alecky, smart ass, quippy Doctor Doom,
Mm,
dude,
no.
no, not having it.
They should have had What's-Her-Nigger, the guy who played Hannibal.
Ah,
Caecilius.
um,
He could have been Doom.
yeah, or I mean,
There's a couple others.
get somebody nobody's ever heard of. Put him on the map with it, man.
Yeah.
You know, a good classically trained theater actor that
The
could just.
Ponce from the franchise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Some English actor. There's somebody.
you know, I mean, even friggin' what's his name, Schwarzenegger's kid. He's an actor.
Really.
He was in the White Lotus. No, he's an actor, and he's got the Austrian thing. You know, I mean, that's what you need. Austrian, Latvian, German, that region of Europe.
Transylvania.
Latveria. That's it. It neighbors Germany, Austria.
Yeah.
You know, all that area. Arnold Schwarzenegger
The
is young
Slavics.
enough,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, he's I mean, he is the dictator of his country, and he runs a tight ship, and it's got one of the highest standards of living in the world, and everybody who lives in Latveria wants for nothing, and they love being Latverian, and they love Doctor Doom because he just takes good care of them.
So is this
And then he's the greatest supervillain ever because he's just so it's his ego. He is just so self-absorbed that he just cannot stand Reed Richards getting any accolade at all.
So yeah, but this
And he hates Reed so much. And it's that hatred.
all right, so hold on. Since they don't have a Fantastic Four in this the correct Marvel Universe 616, so then who is Doom?
What is his motivation?
Yeah.
Because I mean, really, you know, he got kicked out of college when he did the thing with the unauthorized use of the resources,
Lab equipment. Yeah.
and was expelled from university, and went home and proceeded to turn his country into one of the best in the world. Blah blah blah. Right, highest GDP,
Yeah.
highest standard of living, and however long it took, 10 years or whatever, and then the Fantastic Four come up.
I bet you Latveria imposed tariffs.
You know they do, but
Right?
they're a closed country, and I mean their law enforcement is Doombots.
Nice.
They're
The
only
purple ones or the real proper ones?
Doombots that look just like you.
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't want to get the Doombots' attention on you,
Yeah.
and you don't want to have a run-in with the Doombots no matter what, because they cannot be like reasoned with.
But
Or
they always portray him as a fascist.
ain't no showing your tits to a Doombot to get out of a ticket or some shit. They
Right.
don't play that. You know, you just don't want that. You don't want to get there. If the Doombots are after you, then yeah, ooh, you come with us now. You're coming with them now. And you just don't want it to happen. So crime is practically non-existent. There's no reason to commit crimes because everybody's so well off. They don't need to commit crimes for any reason. And if you do, you're fucked.
So, since Pedro Pascal, the great Pedro Pascal, who's in every fucking thing, is going to be Reed Richards, and not from this universe, not the 616.
Right.
So, who is Doom?
Because I mean, that's what.
Because I hear a lot of
That's what brought Doom out of Latveria, was hearing through the grapevine that this super brilliant genius leader of this Fantastic Four saved the world and was, you know, loved by all, and da 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 da. And he's like,
Can't have none of that.
"You're kidding me, really?
Really? Yeah.
Fuck Reed Richards." You know, and that's what brought him back out to the world, was to prove to the world that he's more brilliant than Reed Richards, and Reed Richards is just a piece of shit, and you don't get it, and that's what motivates him.
And Reed Richards is a dumbass. Really is.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, but he's super brilliant and like the smartest man in the world as far as that goes. But yeah, he's kind of a doofus.
Yeah.
And I mean, Sue's the one that keeps him grounded, and
Which is why Jessica Alba never worked.
if it wasn't for Sue, yeah, man. No, I mean that's the thing. Sue, man, she is
And this Sue isn't going to work either.
no.
Because she looks like she is just mean. Like you throw a bone in her cage and lock the cage and she runs after it. Cause,
no. Sue is like
yeah.
she's the matriarch, the matron. She's the glue that holds the team together, and she doesn't have to be mean about it. But if Ben and Johnny were screwing around and getting on her nerves, hey, what are you doing over there? Knock that shit off, and they would listen to her. Be like, even the thing, oh, whatever you say, boss lady,
Yeah.
because they respected her. It wasn't because they were afraid of her. Anyway,
back to Tony
that's
Stark.
who Sue is, man.
Back to Tony Stark, because there's all these theories that, oh, it was never Tony, and oh, it was a clone, or oh, it was this, or oh, it was that, or, Iron Man was never Iron Man.
No, same actor, different character, and if it's anything other than that, then it's going to be stupid. I mean, really, it's just a case of the same actor, different character.
But should they have done it?
Like Evan Peters in WandaVision was the same actor, different character.
But that actually worked.
It did. It was great.
But should they have done it here?
No.
Because he's Iron Man.
Right. And Doctor Doom is Doctor Doom, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Doctor fucking Doom. And you're going to bring in somebody to play, because you just want so badly to bring Robert Downey back to the franchise somehow that you're going to offer him another role?
Then maybe you shouldn't have killed him off.
I mean, if nothing else, have him be Ironheart's AI voice or some shit.
God, no.
Like Jarvis.
Oh, no. Don't relegate him
or
to
maybe
that.
not Ironheart, but maybe his daughter Morgan. Give her a fucking suit of armor.
Oh, God, no. How about the radiation from the Infinity Gems, the quantum containment units, preserved the fucking body and it never rotted, and all of a sudden one day he just fucking wakes up. See, I'm writing for fucking Marvel. It's not that hard. And what? Are there going to be people that walk out of the movie theater? Oh my God, that's terrible. Really? Would that happen? No.
There's a lot more far-fetched stories of bringing characters back from the dead.
The Search for Spock?
I
just said it, yeah.
But no, having somehow or other the stones
supercharge his body or something, yeah.
Something or other, they could come up with a way.
Well, you know what? Or Shield has the fucking body. They just didn't go let him float off the fucking thing. They'd be studying that fucking body for years.
And potentially even treat him the same way they did Coulson for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which brought him back to life,
Yeah, why aren't we getting paid for this shit? And we aren't even trying.
I mean, because, S.H.I.E.L.D. would, they would have preserved his body. And, I mean, Nick Fury was just adamant about bringing Coulson back.
Coulson, but not fucking Tony Stark?
And, why? Really?
Really?
Because that would have totally worked. That Fury was so insistent on doing the same thing for Stark that they did for Coulson.
And if they couldn't, then they could fucking just put him in a fucking pod and fucking
Steve
Rogers did.
The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not part of the MCU
I don't give a proper
because it was not produced by Marvel Studios and it was an ABC production and the whole. Even though it featured Coulson and even Samuel L. had a couple of cameos in it, and it was.
Does that hurt Kevin's pee-pee?
Oh fuck! No,
fuck.
I mean that's just because it was.
Stupid.
Not produced by Marvel Studios directly. It's not considered part of the MCU proper.
I don't care.
That's why it has the legends,
I don't care.
No, I don't either, but that's the reason.
That's their justification for fucking things up.
Yeah.
And they're gonna fuck and
by that logic and that they could always rework the Inhumans and bring them into the MCU proper and just forget that fucking series ever happened. because it wasn't a Marvel Studios production in the first place. Hello? I mean, at least we got Black Bolt in his proper suit for a second in the Multiverse of Madness, but even that was just like,
That was retarded.
you know, where she sealed his mouth and he tried to talk and blew his brain out. Really? Because his voice was contained inside his head or some shit?
Fucking lame. So there's 1,000 ways that Tony Stark could have come back, and this is the worst possible way. So it probably came from one of the lesbians that works at Marvel, or Kevin Feige, or fucking what's his nuts? Fucking Bobby Iger. Oh, you should do this. Yes, Massa Iger. We get right on it.
The thing is that there is the whole thing that they're trying to do too much, but they can do so much. All they got to do is just bring in a different production team for each project and let them run with it and do their thing and quit.
But then you don't have control over it.
Micromanaging it.
But then you don't have control over it to say, look at what I did, and then when it all falls apart, well, it's somebody else's fault. Just saying, right?
I just, Werewolf by Night, man. Werewolf by Night.
Enough said. Like, share, subscribe.